Today's video is all about getting out of your comfort zone. Hey everyone, welcome to Beyond 50 Skin. Today I'm going to be sharing a video with you about getting out of your comfort zone. I am not one who likes to take risks, so getting out of my comfort zone has been really hard for me, but I'm going to share with you what I've been doing over the last 6 months to challenge myself. So stay tuned, we're going to get started, and hopefully this can give you some tips to start your week off right. So we're going to jump right into getting out of your comfort zone. If you're new to the B50S community, please consider joining, subscribing, liking, clicking that notification bell so you know when I upload, and just joining our fun community here where we share a little bit about skincare, actually a lot about skincare, a little bit of makeup, health, and happiness. So I really look forward to hearing from you down in the comments. So please join our community. I would love to have you. And like I said, today is going to be about getting out of your comfort zone, or getting out of our comfort zone. I'm going to share kind of like some things that I've been going through in the last 6 months, and hopefully that can help you. So one of the things that I have done to get out of my comfort zone is start this channel. I tend to be kind of a shy, maybe not shy is not the right word, but I'm definitely not a risk taker. I've never been a risk taker, and doing this channel has really been a challenge for me. So I've had to break free of several things that are holding me back in my personal growth. I tend to be, like I said, quiet and kind of a cautious person, maybe fearful of new things, I would admit to that. So the flip side of that is that I also struggle with creating consistent routines. So it's this weird dynamic, and everybody has these picadillos about themselves, but my weird dynamic is I'm fearful of new things, and then I'm also struggling with creating consistent, healthful, happy routines for myself. So it's this weird little dichotomy that I have going on. But like I said, I've made a dedicated practice the last 6 months to really bust out of these things that are holding me back in my health and my happiness goals in life. So like I said, one of the things that I've been doing is I started this channel. I was terrified. This is like miles outside of my comfort zone. I might look comfortable behind the camera. No, I'm terrified. Every time I sit down is a new wave of terror. So I don't know how else to say that, but I think we all perceive people in a certain way, but there's always other things going on behind the scenes internally with folks. So I'm sharing with you that though I might portray confidence, I might look like I know what I'm talking about, there are many days I wake up and I have no idea what I'm going to say, how I'm going to say it. You know, I sit down and I stumble and I fumble around with my words. This is totally outside my comfort zone. Number 2, I am committed to consistent routines. I have struggled, as I said, with creating consistent routines my whole life, to the frustration of my family and friends around me. My mind just flits from thing to thing, and I'll be like in the middle of one thing, then I jump to another, and then I leave this trail of craziness behind me. So that's one of the things that 6 months ago I have committed to, making myself have more consistent routines. And along with that, I'm also committed to taking steps to improve my physical health. Consistent routines sort of around that entire theme in my life. I have been very fortunate. I've been quite healthy most of my life and fit. I come from a family that looks really healthy, and we are healthy, but I have never really taken, honest to goodness, I have never really taken very good care of my physical health. I'm an active person. I don't like to sit down a lot, and I tend to move throughout the day, but I have not done a consistent health routine throughout my entire life. Not really consistent eating habit health-wise, not consistent physical health. And so 6 months ago, I committed to creating consistent improvements in my physical health by creating routines, which is a huge challenge for me. So I'm going to share with you a couple tips that I've been doing to sort of jumpstart my ability to jump out of my comfort zone, create these routines, and do something that's really hard for me. So one thing that I've done is I've written it down. One thing they say, if you have a goal in mind, write it down. Okay, I am a big to-do list maker. Writing it down on my to-do list didn't work because the to-do list gets too long, it gets too overwhelming. So here's my tip. Write it down on your calendar. There's one little square, unless of course you use one of those digital calendars in your phone. Maybe this won't work, but I got out a physical paper calendar, and the square is only this big. So I wrote down my goals in the little square, and writing it down in that little shortened square, the goal from point A to point B, whatever the end goal on your date of your calendar might be, has been really helpful for me. So writing it down and writing it down in a place that doesn't get overwhelming for you. Number 2, tell somebody what you're gonna do. Then you are like, in a way, committed to it. Like if you speak it out loud, and this is not probably new information for all of you who are great goal makers, but for me, this was a bit revolutionary and very scary. So I told someone, I actually told 2 people, that I was going to start this channel. And it took me 5 months to talk to those 2 people. It was really, really scary for me. But my step number 2 is tell someone about your plan or your idea. Talk to someone you trust that is going to be kind of give you good feedback, or at least listen, right? Someone you trust, especially if you're super scared like I was. Number 3, commit to doing whatever you're going to try that's new and scary 3 times. And I showed earlier in the B-roll my yoga practice. This is one thing that I'm doing to get out of my comfort zone. I tagged along to a yoga class with 2 friends over my 55 years, and I was so out of my comfort zone at the yoga class. Not because I didn't enjoy it, not because I didn't think it would be good for me, but because it was scary. And so I just did it those 2 times, and I never did it again. Even though I thought if I had stuck with it, I probably would have enjoyed it. I don't know. It was just such a fearful environment for me. I'm not a coordinated person. When I was a little girl, I took ballet, and I was always stumbling into the other young ladies, all the little girls, and I would bump into people. I'm just not coordinated at all. So my husband says I'm coordinated, but I am not coordinated. So I didn't really exactly get thrown out of ballet class when I was a little girl, but it was a near thing. I'm not coordinated. My mind says to go one direction, my body goes another. So my yoga practice that I showed you in the B-roll this morning was definitely out of my comfort zone. But what I did is I reached out to a family member who I knew had practiced yoga for about 10 years, and they were willing to do online Zoom one-on-ones with me. And that was such a blessing to me that I could start something that was scary, but in a really comfortable environment. But I committed to it 3 times. This morning is my 3rd time. So commit to something scary that you want to try and get out of your comfort zone 3 times before you decide it's not for you. So those are my 3 tips. Once again, write it down, put it on a calendar, not a to-do list. Number 2, tell someone what you're doing, because then it's out there in the universe and it kind of makes you committed to following through. Number 3, commit to the new scary thing that's taking you out of your comfort zone 3 times. So I hope these little tips will help you get out of your comfort zone. This is a short little video, but I'm going to also take you on a short field trip outside for a beautiful inspirational view that I want to share with you to start your week out right. So hold on, I'm going to be putting my sunscreen on here. We're going to head outside. This sunscreen I'm not going to share with you yet because I'm not convinced about it, but I just finished up my yoga and I got to throw some sunscreen on. I'll give you my full review in my fall sunscreen video. But okay, we got sunscreen on. I will share with you my lip shine from Color Science, which I've been really enjoying. I do love this. So get some covered in some sunscreen. I'll grab my hat and we'll head upstairs for an absolutely inspirational view. So I'm going to flip you around so you can see this beautiful view. So here's the view, guys. It's so beautiful out today. It's a little hazy, but it just inspires me every day to get up and do my very best. And I'm wishing you getting out of your comfort zone this week. So I decided to finish up today's video down here in the office. It was too loud from the road noise upstairs to actually talk to you and say goodbye. So thank you for joining me for this week's video. Try the 3 tips that I showed you for getting out of your comfort zone. Write it down. Don't make it overwhelming. Tell a friend or tell someone you trust. Number 3, commit to trying it at least 3 times. Let me know how you do in the comments down below, and take good care. wishing you living life to the fullest in your best skin every day. Take care, everybody. Have a great week. Bye. This is what I'm telling you about. See, here I go.